So today, for the first time for a while, we've got an update on my largest position in the stock market portfolio, which is Hims and Hers. So there's been a lot of news that's happened with that this week, and we're going to talk about that one. For you guys that also want a B&M video, I'll try to do that one tomorrow for you guys. We're going to take a look at Hims and Hers because there's been a lot of news stories out this week, so I'm going to update you guys with those news stories. And obviously, the matter to me is my largest position in the portfolio, and what a position this has been for us. We were buying this stock from the likes of the 2022 times when the stock was at $3, and since then the stock is up 1,600%. And even year to date, the stock is up 113%, so it's still been an absolute mega performer. And I know for you guys, it's been a mega performer. And by the way, if you do want to join the Patreon where you can see how I find these companies like Hims and Hers, and also see my US portfolio review that I've just posted, then you can join the private group right now with the summer sale. It gives you access to the Discord, all the exclusive content on there. Message me, message other great investors on there, and it's £50 for the full year, guys. That is not bad at all. So if you do want to join, send me an email, jkinvesting@gmail.com, and I will get back to you and get you on the Discord. But let's get to today's video. Hims and Hers. What a volatile week it's been for Hims and Hers. If you look here, at one point the stock was actually up nearly 18% this week, and then gave it all back, where the stock is now only up 2.5% this week, which is still not a bad week, but when you're being up 18%, that is a pretty significant pullback. So the first news story, and the news story will kind of be pivoting around a little bit because there's a few little side things going on here, is Hims and Hers announces plans to acquire Zava, accelerating major European growth across the UK, Germany and France and Ireland. So Hims and Hers is officially coming to the UK, Germany, France and Ireland, which is big. I thought they would be very much focused on the US growth for a while yet. I'd say another 12, 24 months. But the fact that they're now expanding there, obviously, is exciting times. Big growth area for them to potentially achieve that. And obviously, the way that they're going to achieve that as well is by doing this acquisition, as you can see here. Once again, if you look at the press release, you'll be able to see that there is the talk about launching internationally now. And you'll see here this Zava acquisition gives them access to 1.3 million active customers, which is actually quite a lot, because if you do look at Hims and Hers in their recent Q1 and the members they had 2.4 million. Big difference between Hims and Hers is 11 billion market cap, where we believe this Zava acquisition was an undisclosed fee, but it's more likely under £1 billion. Well, it is under £1 billion. So the fact that they've got half the customers that Hims and Hers currently have with this European acquisition, but yet they've paid under £1 billion when Hims and Hers is a 12 billion company, looks like a pretty good move to me. Now the thing is, obviously the US, you can make more money from the healthcare in the US compared to the Europe, so bear that in mind, but still looks pretty good from that point of view, as we can see. So to talk about some of the healthcare offerings that they currently have, they do also say that it will be accretive by 2026. They say the acquisition will be comprised of 100% cash from the company's balance sheet. So we kind of have a good idea what the company's going to be roughly about there, because the cash is around about 322 million. But what was actually quite interestingly pointed out to me is that they did just actually do a raise of 1 billion. So we don't know exactly how much it will be. Obviously, it's more than likely under £1 billion, but we'll probably be able to work that out with a bit of quick maths when it comes to the next quarter's earnings. We'll know exactly what they paid for it. So no disclosed fee there, but we'll probably be able to work it out in 3 months' time anyway, which is a bit of a strange one here. Now, the company itself, Zava, that they've bought, looks okay. You know, they've got 4-star reviews on Trustpilot, which is pretty good, because you only ever leave reviews when you have bad experiences, and you'll see a lot of healthcare stocks. Some people have quite bad experiences, and quite often they can have quite low reviews. So that's pretty good. What is also interesting is this acquisition of Zava is they currently offer the Eli Lilly weight loss injection. So if you've been following Hims and Hers previously, they've just got access to Novo's weight loss injection. But this actually gives them access to the Eli Lilly one, which is interesting, because what are Eli Lilly going to do there? Because it looks like previously they were quite hesitant to allow Hims and Hers to access to it. But obviously now Hims and Hers have access to that product through this company. So Eli Lilly going to turn around and stop Hims and Hers having access, or Zava having access from it? Interesting. But was there more to this acquisition, that it wasn't just to kind of expand into Europe in the likes of France, Germany, the UK, but also was it to get access to this product? So this is potentially another interesting thing that they're going to have now with this acquisition that they have made as well. When we do look at some numbers from Zava, a bit of a hard one because it's a private company, and Hims didn't really disclose that much. But Hims House on Twitter, they said that they've got 2022 numbers, which was a 17 million loss, and a profit to loss of 8.3 million in 2022. Although it does say that it was some restructuring costs, so it probably wouldn't have been that. And if we do look at 2023, revenue of 20.3 million and profit loss of 321k. So definitely growing still. Looks like it's about break even. I'm sure as they scale up and had another good year in 2024, the company probably would be somewhere around 22 million-ish in revenue, maybe about break even right now. And obviously that is probably why Hims and Hers are saying it's going to be profitable by the time that we take it on board in 2026. Obviously financially wise, we'll add 20 million to the top line revenue and hopefully adds into the profitability a bit at the moment. Now, what was interesting as well on this day is that it looks overall like a good acquisition. You know, it gives them access to potentially a product that they've not had before. It gives them access to 1.3 million customers for less than a tenth of the current market cap of Hims and Hers, and gives them the international expansion. So overall, it looks like a good move. And originally, the market took it in a positive way. The stock rallied up huge. So why did the stock kind of give it all back? Well, as we know at the moment, the share price is pretty much controlled by the shorts at the moment. So at the moment, we see short squeezes and the stock goes up a lot. And then we're seeing the shorts then trying to push the share price down. And there's a big battle at the moment between the short squeeze and the shorts at the moment. Hims and Hers, in case you are not aware, it's ridiculously shorted, like 30% short float, which is crazy. Especially for a company like Hims and Hers, you normally have those kind of short floats on companies that are on the way or on the verge of bankruptcy. And as we know with Hims and Hers, it's as we look at the balance sheet there with no debt and the cash is reaching all-time highs. And as we look at the company financially and the revenue just keeps going up, the profitability scaling, this is normally not a company that you would go on short, but the moment the shorts are still involved in Hims and Hers. So there's a big tug of war on this at the moment. And I've got to say, when at 30% short rate, when the short squeeze does happen, this stock could really start flying, which would be really interesting to see. But what also happened, and maybe the reason why the stock then actually went down after the initial jump on the acquisition news is, and I pointed this out before, and you can go watch my video from about 13 days ago, where I say Hims and Hers is attacked by crap analysts. And I believe these Hims and Hers analysts are somewhere involved in a short position, whether that be themselves or the actual investment group they work for, like Citigroup, and I think Bank of America are also a bit on the line as well. But once again, they came out on the day of the acquisition and posted a sell rating on Hims and Hers, and that was about 3:10, which pretty much ties in as well with where the share price actually started pulling back during that same period of time. But same again, Citigroup came out with another article saying that they still have a sell rating on it, maintained a $30 price target for Hims and Hers. So they think in 12 months' time that Hims and Hers is going to be half the share price. It's absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I would understand like someone saying like, oh, I believe it's a little bit rich overvalued and it might, still be $60 in a year or it might be $50 in a year. I'd understand that. But the fact that they're saying the stock is going to fall in half when the company's doing these financials, it's crazy what some of the shorts go up to. And they talked about the acquisition and saying that they don't really like the acquisition at all. And once again, it was from our good mate, Daniel Grosslight, which we talked about in this video as well. Still up to his same old tricks, trying to push the position down. If you do want to say something, he does have a LinkedIn profile, so I don't know if you want to go give that a visit. But yeah, it's crazy what they're up to at the moment. So just be aware of that, guys. Unfortunately, at the moment, it is frustrating as a long-term investor where you got to watch this kind of battle going on between these shorts at the moment. But as we've seen before, I've seen people when this stock was $3 and they were coming out and saying that Hims and Hers was uninvestable, and we saw how that worked out for them. So yeah, it's a little bit frustrating at the moment, but eventually if they keep doing the financials they are doing, we'll get rewarded as shareholders. But overall, the acquisition is an interesting one. It seems like we don't have too much detail on price paid, but it looks like a good acquisition for the the amount of customers they're getting access to. Interesting what they're going to do with the Eli Lilly product, the weight loss product that they have as well. And let's see how the Europe expansion goes for them. Like I said, I didn't think we'd be at this stage for probably another like 12, 24 months, but it's happening now. And we'll see if they have much success there. Success there. It's a market they could do quite well in. It's probably a market that when we look at the next financial results that come out, the average order volume probably be a little bit lower because now the European market being in there. So if that number looks horrendous, don't panic too much. But yeah, I look forward to hearing more information from it. And obviously the deal closes in the second half of this year. So let's see what happens there. Hope you enjoyed the quick update on Hims and Hers, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the acquisition as well. See you in a bit.